What's up YouTube, Redbeard's Garage, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get back to messing with the old Murray Explorer. So I've been stripping parts off the Murray like crazy, poor old girl. Now I need to pull the side cover off because we had taken the torque converter off to use on something else. We have a new torque converter for it. But when I put this seal back in, it kind of got messed up, so it wants to leak oil. So we're going to pull the side cover off and then put a new one in it. We're going to put it back, the Murray back together, and we're going to take it through some mud today. What do you think, Alon Treasy?
Sounds like a good time.
I'm telling you, we took the engine risers off of it. We took the torque converter off. You can see how that gasket, that seal, was messed up. Now the cam's off, like always. Now I need to pull this engine over. I haven't showed this much, but the cams, of course, you want to get those two dots lined up. This is hard to do with oil because you can't see the little. There we go. So you can see the two dots are lined up good right there on the cam and the crankshaft. So now I can pop this little seal out of this side cover, and look at that thing. She got gummed all up. I'm not sure why that happened, but it happened. We're gonna fix it. All right, so I have some new seals right there. I keep stuff like this in stock because you never know when you're gonna need them, like this right now. Now I'm just gonna press that seal in there. Probably need to get a socket and knock her down in there good. So how I always put these seals in is I get a socket the same size as the seal. Like, we have stolen everything off that Murray. We sold 4 axle collars, the torque converter, the brake caliper. I'm going to go ahead and take off this old gasket. I reused it last time. But I'm going to go ahead and make one out of some gasket sealer. So our plans are with the Murray is to basically put it back together the way we had it. We're going to do some testing. What do you think? Me do the testing on it since I'm heavier, and just to see how the gearing changes it really. I mean, I know it's going to do the same thing with you, but you're so light. I mean,
you can't see how big of a pig it really is right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Lonnie jump a ramp on a feather. He weighs so little. So one time I had to have a Mack truck pull me away from a buffet. That's mean. I'm not fat. I'm fat. So I'm going to use some gasket maker. I have some gaskets. I would rather on my crappier engines just to use gasket maker. I mean, it seals better. Let's get this puppy sealed. Don't you dare. This is a liquid combustion technology engine. You know how much technology it takes to liquid combust? More than you'll ever know.
Well, with explanations like that, I guess so.
Alright, let's see if bam, she sealed right that time. Last time that seal kept folding over on me. I do like the side cover though, having that top fill oil spout. That's pretty sweet, since it was actually supposed to be a gas or a go-kart engine. Bam. That was a quick little fix. So the plans is with this go-kart and engine setup, we're going to put this engine back on just like it was before. It had a 6-to-1 gearing ratio. So what we're going to do is we're going to run it, do some tests like hill climbs and 0 to top speed with that 6-to-1 ratio. Then we're going to put a 9-tooth on the torque converter, going from a 10 to a 9-tooth. That should make a pretty big difference in itself. And then if that isn't enough, we're going to put a 72-tooth on the axle. And once we get done testing, we're just going to see or show you how much difference gearing makes a go-kart. You know, you can make a crappy go-kart awesome with some gearing changes. And then next video on this Murray, we'll be putting the GX270 on it because that engine was built for that Honda, or for that Murray. So that's going to be awesome.
Alright, so we're putting these axle hangers, or axle collars back on since we had to rob this thing. Look at what's left of it. It's just a bare frame.
No engine risers.
Nothing.
No brake caliper.
That's another thing we stole from it.
Yeah, the engine risers, brake caliper, and the torque converter.
And the axle collars.
Yeah, and 4 axle collars.
But she's getting them all back today. We just got a nice little rain, so we're gonna have some fun in the mud.
Oh yeah, I want to take this thing through some crap.
Where do you think you want to take it?
You take this one off the other side over there?
I don't think I took any off that side. I might have. I don't remember really.
So was there one right here on this side of the brake?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both of these.
And then the one on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, of course, we'll take them through the woods back here. It ain't much back there, but it's something to show. And then we possibly can take the red mini bike and this down to the woods again, because I think we can get this thing through the woods.
Oh, at
yeah, up at VFW.
Oh, VFW.
Mm-hmm. Where would you think, Steve Gamble's?
Yeah.
That would be pretty sweet.
This thing has 0 suspension though, so it'd probably beat you to death back there.
Well, one thing we could do is flip those, put new springs on the front, show the front spindles how someone's put them on wrong.
Yeah, somebody put these on backwards. You've seen us put them on a couple things now. That spring's supposed to be up top, so it's literally doing nothing for the front end.
So we could do that, flip those, and also deflate the tires, which would make a pretty big.
Well, that front right doesn't need any deflating.
Is it flat? Oh yeah, that's that one that had a slow leak.
But yeah, this is what we're gonna work on today, and then we're gonna go play.
I tell you, this thing where it was leaking oil, look at that. That was a brand new torque converter when we put it on there, and now it looks like trash. It'll be okay though.
It'll still work.
Alright, so we're gonna go, oh gosh, axle key, jack shaft key.
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Come on, baby. Come on, there we go. There's so much mud and crap on this. It's highly recommended. There we go. Alright, and that's one reason you don't want to leave your motors out in the rain. That corrosion and rust that gets on these insides of these pulleys will eventually, and can, I guess I should say, break a belt. I hate how little these things go on the shafts.
So we just remembered something else we stole from the Murray.
We stole the carburetor. So I got a brand new carburetor, new jets, a new air filter and everything to put in this hog. I'm telling you, we stole everything off this poor old girl. I don't need that. But we're gonna get these jets swapped out. I'm letting that gasket maker dry just a little bit, and then we'll finally be able to put this thing back on her. She's raining good outside though, so it's gonna be a muddy day.
Oh yeah. Probably can't see anything. Maybe hear it. I don't know.
Who cares?
Not me.
Alright, so we I just cut a 7 1/4 piece of 1-inch square tubing. Then we can drill our holes for our engine, and that'll give us a 1-inch spacer. The easiest thing to do is washers. You can go to parts store and buy a bunch of washers, but this is way cheaper buying a stick of 1-inch square tubing. Now I gotta measure the hole distance using this old. My garage is, I tell you, I gotta get my add-on like a son of a gun. Okay. I think it's 6 3/8. Yep, 6 3/8 is the distance between the mounting holes. 6 3/8 distances. Yeah, it'll be perfect. Golden. Oh yeah, someone the other day said, why do you use unibits for everything? Drives me crazy. Obviously, they've never used a unibit before, because they are the best. I mean, it takes a minute to get through the metal just like a drill bit would, but then she eats. Alright, so we went ahead and put the 9-tooth on the torque converter because we're going to go play in the mud, and I don't have time today to do all the testing, so we're just going to go start off with a 9-tooth, and then we'll change some stuff later.
How's it feel?
So we put a snorkel on this old hoss, and I think that messed up the air-fuel ratio. It needs a little bit smaller jet in it, but it seems to run fine. It still seems like just a complete slouch. We put a 9-tooth on the torque converter. It really needs that 72-tooth. I'm gonna let Lonnie drive it and see what he thinks. It just feels like it's taking forever for the torque converter to engage, like the belt's slipping, but it shouldn't be. I mean, it should be fine. You want me to swap out that snorkel and see if it makes a difference? Yeah. It feels weaker, don't it?
Yeah, well, it pulls that hill a lot better in the back.
Yeah, I can tell. That's one thing, but it just feels like that low end is gone, which is weird. So we're going to take this snorkel. We built a snorkel just in case we went mudding, but we can definitely tell it seems like we need to put smaller jets in the carb. So we're going to pull that snorkel off, put a standard air filter on it, and then see what she'll do. What do you think about that?
I think that's going to help a lot. It's definitely didn't do anything, I feel like. Almost
yeah, it was
worse.
Pretty boring for sure.
feeling better?
I'm pretty sure it is. It's still just, it's horrible. Oh, I gotta pull start you. Great.
Yeah, so basically it's still a pig.
Yeah. Does it feel any different without the snorkel?
No.
It's exactly the same. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, this motor, I mean, it's same as a Predator. I mean, I feel like the Widowmaker was probably the same amount of power. That engine could be worn out a little bit, but the liquid combustion technology is a pile of fart. That's for sure. The 9-horse is going to have some torque. You know, it's going to be a big difference. But this thing definitely isn't going in the woods today. It wouldn't be any fun, for sure. It won't. It spins those tires, but very little amount. You know, it's crazy. The Widowmaker, for some reason, what I remember felt different, but you got to think we've rode a 670 now, and you know it's a completely different ball game than where we was at back then.
Rode a 420.
Yeah, 420.
A fully built 212.
Yeah, I mean this is just poopy butter.
This is beginner stuff.
Yeah.
But for a beginner, I think this would be a fun go-kart.
Yeah, and especially like a 13-year-old kid. This is what my daughter would need as a one-seater. But that's it for this go-kart with this motor. The next time you see it, she'll be getting a different engine.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So
9-horse would be huge.
Huge. And you know, most of the stuff's made in China. Probably half its problem. Well, if it was made in America, it probably wouldn't even run.
Well, we got an engine that's made in America, we just don't want to use it.
Well, that was a big disappointment. We was hoping we'd be able to put the 72 tooth on this go-kart, but it just wasn't going to fit. With the way the axle hangers are far back on the go-kart, it wasn't going to fit whatsoever. I think that would have redeemed this go-kart, the gearing it down, quite a bit more. But it just, this engine sucks. I do think it's less power than a Predator, maybe a less aggressive cam or less compression. I don't know. We're not going to use this engine anymore. On the next episode, we're going to pull it off, put that GX270 on it, and we did run this in this episode. We ran this with the 9-tooth, and the 9-tooth did make a difference. But this motor's such a slouch, it wasn't enough of a difference. It definitely pulled heels better, but it wasn't nothing that blew your mind because the motor is such a letdown. So the GX270, hopefully it's going to be a lot better. I've never really drove this 270 because if you remember on the street go-kart, we kept having a problem. It was because that valve was leaking. So hopefully that 270 redeems this go-kart, gives it a lot more power, which it should be a pretty good upgrade in torque. So I'm kind of excited about that. I was really hoping to go play in some mud today because it was a perfect day, but this go-kart wouldn't have been fun. It would have barely spun in a mud hole, I bet. But we'll hopefully redeem it and have some fun on the next time, on the next video that you see this go-kart on. Make sure to go Power Sports and use that discount code REDBEARD to save 10% on all your go-kart mini bike needs. Everything that's on the Murray other than this engine came from Go Power Sports, so make sure to help support them because they are helping support your favorite YouTubers. Go like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, where you can see pictures of this stuff and videos of us doing this junk before it comes out on YouTube. And also go to rbgkarts.com, buy some merch, help support the channel. It'll help us be able to do crazier builds in the future, and we sure appreciate it. But guys, let us know what you think of the Murray. This engine sucks. We're going to pull it off, and I don't know what we're going to do with it. You can let us know what you think we should do with it. It's a pretty big pig, so it's really useless. Let us know, and always come back to Redbeard's Garage. I'm out.